Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and felt like you already lost the day? You hit the snooze button, grab your phone and start scrolling through a world that's moving on while your own life stands still. Listen to me. Every morning you have two choices: stay the same or step into the life you're meant to live. But if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. Today, I'm giving you 7 powerful keys, 9 life-changing lessons that will reshape your mindset, your habits, and your entire future. If you truly apply them, if you live by these principles every day, your life will never be the same again. Because how you start your day determines how you finish it. Most people wake up reacting to the world, checking messages, stressing about work, rushing out the door, already feeling behind. And then they wonder why their lives feel chaotic, why they never feel in control. But the greats, the winners, they own their mornings. Success doesn't start when you walk into the office, the gym, or the world. It starts the moment you open your eyes. It starts with what you allow into your mind, what you choose to focus on, how you prepare yourself for the battles ahead. The most successful people, business leaders, world-class athletes, top performers, they don't leave their mornings to chance. They don't hit snooze 5 times. They don't roll over and flood their minds with noise before they've even taken their first deep breath. No, they have a system, a routine, a commitment to themselves. If you want me to share more strategies to help you take control of your mornings and your life, drop a 9 in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your new life starts with what you do next. Let's win it together. Before the chaos of life takes over, great people have rituals and processes that get them ready for the day. Some meditate to clear their minds, read to feed their minds, write down their goals to reaffirm their vision. Exercise because a strong body fuels a strong mind, and sit in stillness to practice gratitude. The question is, how do you spend your day? Do you let it control you, or do you take charge? The reality is, if you don't direct your morning, the morning will direct you. Consider a pilot preparing for takeoff. They don't just turn up, push a button, and cross their fingers. No, they go through a pre-treat checklist, making sure everything is in place, because they know one mistake could mean disaster. Your morning routine is your pre-treat checklist. It's your preparation for success. Your moment to get aligned, to decide who you're going to be, how you're going to show up, and what you're going to accomplish. If you wake up every morning in a rush, with no plan, no direction, just reacting to whatever happens, guess what? You're flying blind. You're operating without a strategy. And that's why most people never get to where they want to go. They keep hoping for change, but they don't set themselves up for it. Every single day, you are given the same 24 hours as the most successful people on the planet. The difference is how you use them. The first hour of your day is like a seed. What you plant in that hour will grow throughout the day. If you plant stress, distraction, and negativity, don't be surprised when that's what your entire day looks like. But if you plant intention, focus, discipline, and gratitude, you will see the results unfold before you. There was a study that showed people who wake up with a purpose, people who take time in the morning to set their mindset, exercise, and engage in personal growth, are significantly more productive, more fulfilled, and even healthier than those who don't. Because success isn't just about what you do when you're in the spotlight. It's about what you do when no one's watching. You win the morning, you win the day, and you win the life. If you can win enough days, the choice is yours. Here's the challenge. Wake up with intention. Stop giving your first hour to nonsense distractions and the noise of the world. Make it your time. Spend time in silence. Visualize your success. Move your body. Feed your mind. When you win the morning, you win the day. And if you win enough days, you win the life. The truth is, motivation is unreliable. Motivation comes and goes, like the weather. One day you're feeling strong and ready to take on the world. And the next you'd rather stay in bed than face the storm. If you depend on motivation alone, you'll never be consistent or build anything lasting. Because motivation is a feeling, and feelings come and go. In contrast, discipline is rock solid. It doesn't care how you feel, and it shows up even when motivation isn't there. Sure, we all want to be great and achieve success, but the real question is whether we're willing to show up even when we don't feel like it. The alarm goes off at 500 in the morning. Not to mention how cozy and inviting your bed is. Who cares if you get up? How can you persevere when you're physically and mentally exhausted and no one is rooting for you? The foundation of success is not established in the good times, but in the bad times, when you push through and do it. The world's best athletes didn't become that way by chance. They worked hard every day. For example, legendary boxer Muhammad Ali once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." Ali didn't wait for inspiration to strike. He trained even when he was exhausted or in pain. When he felt like giving up, he would practice, because he understood that true greatness is found when no one is looking. Consider the most accomplished individuals in history: athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, and leaders. Do you think they like going to work each day? No, but they still do it. They keep going, even when they're tired, unmotivated, and questioning their abilities, because discipline is the key to turning desires into reality. On the other hand, many people wait for the right time until they're ready, or until inspiration strikes before beginning, which is why they never get going. The key to success is pushing through the times when you're not feeling it. A research tracked individuals who committed to achieving fitness objectives. In the beginning, everyone was on board. At first, everyone was enthusiastic. However, as the novelty wore off, most individuals stopped trying. Only a tiny fraction persisted through the difference. Interestingly, those who were successful weren't necessarily the most determined. The most disciplined team I've ever seen turned up even when they were exhausted and in pain. When things became hectic, they still showed up because they weren't chasing after feelings, but rather results. If you want to be successful, you need to learn to act when you're motivated, not when you're feeling. When you push past your excuses, you strengthen your resolve, resilience, and ability to persevere. So the next time you feel like skipping a workout, remind yourself that this is the test. This is the moment that matters. Champions aren't made when it's easy. When you push through your fatigue, stress, and discomfort, you will succeed. If you want to succeed, you need to train your mind and develop discipline. Motivation will get you started, but only discipline will carry you all the way. Just like a seed cannot grow in poor soil, your progress will be stunted if your surroundings are incorrect. Who are you associating with? While watching TV on your phone, what are you watching? Talking to you has the power to either feed or poison your potential. If you put a shark in a small tank, it stays small and never grows. But when you release it into the ocean, it suddenly thrives and becomes what it was meant to be. The only difference is the environment. Maybe some of you have been living in a tank too small for your dreams, surrounded by people who don't believe in you. You've been surrounded by bad energy, listening to negative voices, and limiting yourself due to your circumstances. However, I have some good news. Your environment does not have to dictate your future. Far too many individuals remain in situations that do not benefit them, and they tend to hang out with the same negative people. Take a look at the world's most successful people. They are deliberate about the environment they live in. Then they wonder why they aren't growing or reaching the next level, all because they keep feeding their minds with junk distractions, fear, and gossip. If you spend time with 5 slackers, you're bound to end up 6th. However, if you surround yourself with 5 disciplined, success-minded people, you'll get to be just like them. Winners don't waste time with drama or negative people. Instead, they surround themselves with people who challenge them to be better. There's no magic here. The environment plays a far larger role. Take stock of your life, who is encouraging you to grow and who is stifling your progress. Just be yourself. Are you in an environment that encourages your development, or do you feel trapped? You can't grow into your greatest potential in an unsupportive atmosphere, so rid yourself of negativity. Spend less time with people who drag you down and watch what you eat and drink. Because everything you let into your head and body shapes you whether you like it or not. Do you want to remain in the tank, remain little, or remain stuck? The choice is yours. Do nothing and allow your surroundings dictate your actions. Or are you going to jump into the water? If you want to grow into the person God created you to be, surround yourself with amazing people. Put yourself in situations where you'll face challenges and learn from them. Most people avoid trying new things because they're afraid of failing. But I have news for you. Failing isn't the enemy of success. It's the price you pay for greatness. Michael Jordan wasn't on the high school basketball team, and Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Just kidding. Imagine if Rowling had given up after 12 rejections. The world would never have known their genius if they had let themselves to be defined by their setbacks. They refused to accept defeat as an inevitable part of the process. It's the best instructor there is. Every failure and error. Rejection is a test of your character. It asks, how badly do you want it? Only the victorious survive. Despite setbacks, they keep going. It is really appreciated by them. They pick themselves up, make the necessary adjustments, and keep going. The issue is that many individuals internalize the message that failure proves they aren't good enough. In reality, it merely signifies that you're learning and developing. When you're in the game, you can't help but fall down, just like a newborn learning to walk. You don't give up just because you fell down. Rather of thinking, I guess walking isn't for me, children get back up and keep trying. Setbacks teach them balance, coordination, and strength, which in turn allows them to walk and run. However, we forget this and start to see failure as a sign to give up. It's not a hint to give up. Rather, it's a signal to keep trying, improve, and push harder. The key to success is not giving up, but rather learning from your mistakes. They didn't last long. Failure is not the end, but rather a stepping stone to success. Rather than viewing setbacks as permanent, we should view them as opportunities to learn and adapt. Success is not about never failing, but rather about never giving up. Too often, people imagine a big breakthrough where everything falls into place at once. But in reality, there is no such thing as a eureka moment. It's a series of small, consistent steps, repeated day after day. See, the world loves to celebrate. The big wins, the championships, the awards, the overnight success stories. But what they don't see, the early mornings, the late nights, the hours of work. When no one is watching, success isn't about what you do once, it's about what you do every single day. Let me put it this way. If you improve just 1% every day, by the end of the year, you won't just be 300% better. You'll be 37 times better because of compound growth. That's the power of consistency. That's the power of small daily improvements. Think about an ice cube. You're sitting in a freezing room and the temperature is at 25 degrees. Nothing happens. You raise it to 26, 27, 28, still nothing. Then 20, 30, 31, no change. But then at 32 degrees, that ice cube starts to melt. That 1 degree shift makes all the difference. Your progress works the same way. Some days it might feel like nothing is happening, like you're stuck, like all your hard work isn't paying off. But if you keep going, you keep showing up, keep improving, keep pushing, eventually you'll hit your breakthrough. The problem is, most people quit before they get there. They stop at 31 degrees. They think the effort isn't working, so they give up. But the ones who succeed, they keep going. They trust the process. They understand that greatness isn't built in a day. It's built daily. So if you want to change your life, start small. Read one page. Do one push-up. Make one call. Take one step. Show up even when it's small, because those small actions done consistently will lead to massive results. You know, it's easy to look around and find reasons why things aren't going the way we want. It's so simple to blame everything and everyone, our upbringing, our lack of opportunities, our circumstances, and let's not forget about those of us who say, "If only I had a better boss," or "If only my parents did more for me," as if someone out there owes us something. But let me tell you something that will drastically alter your life in an instant. You must realize this immediately. It's up to you. You have the ability to change your life, achieve your goals, and be responsible for what happens next. Life isn't always smooth sailing, but that's just part of the journey. You think the people who have triumphed over adversity had it easy. Battles were fought instead. Even if it's hard for you to fathom, those conflicts didn't define them. Instead of making excuses, they got back up. Thanks to their tireless efforts, everything was accomplished. This is a true story. There are individuals who started with little and went on to build empires. These are the people who were mocked, underestimated, and cast aside, yet they overcame all of that and more. They got up quickly. They refused to wallow in misery or allow themselves to be defeated by the challenges they faced. Instead, you should prevent them from continuing. Listen, you've heard the stories, seen the motivational videos, read the books, and perhaps even been inspired by those who have succeeded in turning their lives around. The question now is, are you going to take action? These people worked harder than everyone else and kept moving, no matter how hard life hit them, and they succeeded. Or are you going to sit there and keep making excuses? There's a simple truth that needs to be accepted right now. No one cares about the hardships you've endured, the struggles you're facing, or the difficulties you've encountered. It doesn't matter if you've been dealt a bad hand or don't have all the advantages others have. What matters is what you do with it. And you know what? That's freeing. It means you don't need anyone's permission to pursue your dreams. You don't have to wait for anyone to give you the go-ahead. You don't need anyone's approval. All you have to do is quit making excuses. Quit blaming the world and start blaming yourself instead. Look at yourself in the mirror. You are responsible for your current situation, but don't take it as a personal attack. This should serve as a wake-up call. Every time you've told yourself, "I can't," you've thrown another knot around your potential, passed the buck to someone else, and diminished your own agency. However, you have a choice right now. You can decide that you won't let anyone else's excuses prevent you from achieving your dreams, or you can decide to free yourself from those chains. I'm not claiming life will be simple. In fact, it seldom is. But now that you've embraced responsibility, you may choose to do so. Difficulties will arise. The real issue is, how will you handle obstacles when they arise? Will you be leaving? On what grounds would you deem it too difficult? On the other hand, will you double down and keep going? There's a reason you hear tales of those who persisted through adversity. For example, those who fell on hard times but managed to pick themselves up and keep going. You may have heard of individuals who started with nothing but managed to find a way to succeed. It's because they demonstrate the potential that arises when you stop relying on others and start making your own decisions and start living your life on your own terms. You are already great at what you do. What you need is a mental shift. To stop viewing yourself as a victim and start viewing yourself as the hero of your own story. To stop viewing your past as a burden and start viewing it as fuel. The hardships, pain, and disappointments you've experienced do not define you, but your response to them does. So take responsibility. Own your choices. Own your actions. Own your dreams. Because at the end of the day, this is your life, and nobody else has the power to shape it. But you don't wait for the world to give you what you deserve. Go out and take what's yours. The road won't always be smooth, but if you keep going, you'll get there. And when you do, you'll realize that it wasn't the circumstances that held you back. It was the excuses, so drop them. Work harder, keep pushing, and watch your life transform. What you believe about yourself and about your life will shape everything you experience. Let that sink in. For a second, your life is a direct reflection of your thoughts. The way you think about yourself, about your goals, about what's possible for you. That's the stuff that gets etched into your reality. It's not some magical concept. It's just plain old fact. If you tell yourself you can't do something, you're already destined to fail. But if you tell yourself you can, and you really believe you can, you'll find a way. You'll find the strength, courage, and determination to overcome any obstacle. Your mind is a powerful tool. It can either be your greatest asset or your worst enemy. I know. There are days when it's tough. I know there are moments when you look at your situation and it feels like the mountain is too high. The path is too steep, and the odds are stacked against you. But I want you to understand something right now, that mountain is not the problem. The problem is how you see that mountain, how you approach it. It all comes down to mindset. If you walk into any situation thinking it's too much, thinking that, there's no way you'll make it. You've already lost the battle before it even started. Your mindset, the way you perceive the world, the way you view your challenges, That's everything. There's a reason why the most successful people in the world keep telling you that mindset matters. There's a reason why they keep talking about how important it is to believe in yourself. It's not just motivational fluff. Its fact. Studies have shown that people who visualize success, who see themselves achieving their goals before they even begin, are significantly more likely to actually make it happen. It's not just some mind trick. It's a scientific fact that your brain cannot distinguish between actual and imagined stimuli. Why not imagine greatness if your brain can't distinguish between real life and your imagination? After all, if you can visualize something clearly in your mind, it becomes a belief. And when your brain believes something, your body follows suit. Visualizing your success is a great idea. Why not surround yourself with visions of the life you want, the objectives you wish to accomplish, and the person you aspire to be on a daily basis? Because setting yourself up for success begins with programming your mind for greatness. However, many of us make the mistake of letting negativity rule our thoughts. We allow limiting beliefs like, "I'm not good enough," "It's too late for me," or "That's just not something I can do," to take root and grow. Eventually, these lies we tell ourselves become our truth. Fortunately, you are not your thoughts, and you can change the negative ones. When you take control of your mind, you change everything. You change your perceptions of yourself, the world, and your challenges. When you shift your mindset, your reality will follow suit. The words you choose to express yourself have a profound impact on your future. Every day you have the power to either build a positive or negative vision for yourself. This includes both the words you speak aloud and the thoughts you entertain when no one else is around. It's important to replace negative self-talk, doubts, and fears with positive affirmations. Instead, speak life into yourself. The words "I can" and "I will" must replace the negative self-talk that has been holding you back. I can do it. I am powerful. No matter how difficult, I am worthy. I understand that life can be tough and make us doubt our abilities, but I want you to know that this isn't about the world. It's about you. It's about making the decision to believe in yourself and overcome obstacles even when no one else does. It's about taking charge of your own destiny and making it what you want it to be. Isn't it your history that's stunting your progress? So, what's the story? What's stopping you? You keep telling yourself about who you are and what you can do. Change that story, and you change your life. Start telling yourself a different narrative. Start telling yourself that you're more than enough. Start telling yourself that you have everything it takes to succeed. Start telling yourself that your dreams are not too big, that they are not out of reach. You've got to stop letting fear control your thoughts. Fear is a liar. Fear will tell you that you're not capable. Fear will tell you that you don't have what it takes. But fear is just noise. It's just an obstacle you can overcome. When you change the way you think, when you start believing in yourself, fear doesn't stand a chance. But right now, take control. Take charge of your thoughts. Replace every negative belief with a positive affirmation. Visualize your success. See yourself achieving your goals. And then go out and make it happen, because your mindset, it determines your reality. And when you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you. Let's talk about something that gets overlooked in the pursuit of success. Everybody's talking about goals, about grinding, about pushing, about the hustle, and don't get me wrong, success takes hard work. But here's the thing, You can't have success without your greatest asset, your body. You can't reach the heights you want to reach if you're not taking care of yourself. You can't build an empire if you're too sick, too tired, or too worn out to enjoy it. And I'm telling you this, not to scare you, but to remind you of something that's easy to forget. In the rush of chasing dreams, health is wealth. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how big your house is, or how many accolades you collect. If you're not healthy, none of that matters. Steve Jobs, one of the most successful men to ever walk the earth, had everything he could have dreamed of: billions of dollars, the respect of millions, the admiration of the world. But when his time came, none of that could save him. You know what it tells us. He couldn't purchase more time. He couldn't force his body to accomplish what it couldn't. The truth is that if you don't take care of yourself physically, your mind will be limited, and no amount of success will matter if you can't enjoy life to the fullest. All too often, we get caught up in the pursuit of material success and forget about the most important thing, our health. If you want to realize your dreams and build the life you've always imagined, you must prioritize your health. I get it. We learn early on that hard work and perseverance pay off in the end. But if you don't take the time to fuel your body, all that effort will be for naught. Your motivation will wane, and your energy will run out. You're career-oriented and driven. I know you're intent on getting things done, but consider this: how long can you maintain your current level of health? You need to prioritize your health before life forces you to. It's tempting to skip workouts when you're tired, eat fast food when you're too busy to cook, and sacrifice sleep when you have a lot on your plate. However, each time you do this, you're trading your long-term health for short-term gain. After all, what good is success if you can't enjoy it? If you can't spend even one day with the people you care about? Having all your dreams will be for nothing, because your body is falling apart. Think about the greats. Think about the people you admire. They didn't get where they are by neglecting their bodies. They took care of themselves because they understood one thing: a strong body fuels a strong mind. A healthy body gives you the stamina to keep going when others quit. It gives you the energy to work hard. Think clearly and make decisions that will move you forward. You can't just focus on your hustle without focusing on the vessel that's carrying you. Your body is the vehicle that's getting you to your destination. If you don't take care of it, you're going to break down long before you get where you're trying to go. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Move your body. Find time, even on the busiest days, to take care of your physical health. You don't have to run a marathon, but get active. Do something, a 20-minute workout, a walk around the block. Just move. Because every time you do, you're building more than muscle. You're building discipline, and you're sending a message to yourself that you're worth the time and effort. And while you're moving your body, start thinking about what you're putting into it. If you want to fuel your ambition, your drive, your passion, you've got to feed yourself the right things. Stop using food as a quick fix to get through the day. Stop reaching for the junk because it's easy and convenient. Start making better choices. Start eating the food that will nourish you, that will give you the energy to keep pushing forward, that will help you be at your best, mentally and physically. Don't just think of food as fuel. Think of it as the foundation of your success. And don't forget to rest. I know how tempting it is to think that you can go, and that you'll catch up on sleep later. But your body needs rest to recover, to rebuild, to strengthen. Without rest, you'll burn out. You won't be able to think clearly, make the right decisions, or perform at your best. Sleep is as important as work, as important as everything else, so prioritize it. Get the rest your body deserves. Give yourself the time to recharge, so you can go out and give your best when it's time to perform. I know it's easy to get caught up in the hustle. I know the pressure to succeed can make you feel like you have to sacrifice everything to get to where you want to go. But I'm telling you this, success is nothing without health. And without health, you can't achieve what you were meant to achieve. So take care of yourself now. Don't wait until you're forced to move your body. Eat better. Prioritize rest. Because when you take care of yourself, you give yourself the energy and strength to build the life. Without it, you'd never be able to get the physique you've always wanted. I want you to take a time to reflect on something we all have. It doesn't matter your background level of success or anything else, it's something that everyone has. So cherish it like the priceless treasure that it is. Time doesn't care who we are or how much time we squander. Waiting for you to catch up is futile. Time flies by when you're not prepared. No matter how successful you are, how many friends you have, or how much money you have, if you don't value your time, you've already lost it. Now picture this. Every morning, someone deposits $86,400 into your bank account. But there's a catch: you have to spend whatever you don't spend by midnight. It vanishes. It vanished immediately. Putting things off until tomorrow won't work. That's a waste. Would you put that cash to good use? It's safe to assume you'd use caution. You would be very frugal with your money if you knew there was no way to get it back. Now consider how you spend your time. How many moments pass you by unconsciously? How many hours do you waste mindlessly scrolling through your phone, binge-watching TV, or simply putting things off until later? Well, here's something: every single second of every single day is exactly 86,400 seconds. If you don't put that time to good use, it's gone forever. The present moment is all we have. If we squander it, it will be gone forever. There is no guarantee that tomorrow will be any better, and we lack the luxury of knowing what the future contains. Every time you put things off until tomorrow next week, or some unspecified future date, you lose valuable seconds. Every time you put off pursuing your dreams, you waste time you'll never get back. And once it's gone forever. There is no going back. We all have the same amount of time in a day. Regardless of your background, circumstances, or identity, the successful people you admire did not get there by squandering time. Neither did they wait for luck or perfection. They did something. You see, when you sit around waiting for things to be perfect, you're not moving forward. When you procrastinate, you're not getting any closer to your dreams. These people comprehended the futility of wasting time and instead made the most of every moment. It's time to move on. Staying there will just bring you further away from your goals. Quit wasting time, waiting for the right opportunity. You can't sit around and hope that everything will work out. Some individuals are already taking action today. They aren't sitting around hoping for a miracle. The time to take action. The first step is now. The time to stop wasting time and creating excuses is now. They aren't sitting around waiting for everything to fall into place. Instead, they push through difficulties, discomfort, and a lack of clarity in order to make progress toward their goals. These people know that time is their most valuable resource. and they refuse to let it pass them by. I want you to reflect on how you're spending your own time and what you're putting off. Is the promise that things will change eventually something you tell yourself? I can assure you that tomorrow isn't a certain, since someday isn't a specific day. This very second is all the time you have. How will you use it? Desires abound in you. You are motivated. You have grand plans for your future, but they will remain just that, dreams. Unless you are prepared to seize the day, move swiftly, and make the sacrifices and take the risks that are necessary to make them a reality. Otherwise, time will pass and you will regret it. Time will pass you by if you don't allow it to happen. How are you going to spend the 8 minutes 40 seconds that you have each day? You have the power to decide whether you will squander them or use them wisely. If you're here listening to this at this very moment, I need you to hear me clearly. The clock is ticking for everyone, including you. What will you do with the time you have? The time is now. Stop putting things off until someday. Start today. Start right now. This is your chance to wake up and decide that you're sick of living your life the way you have been. It's time to take charge and make a change. Your life is defined by your decisions, actions, and daily presence. Your destiny isn't a random event. It's a reflection of your choices. So if you're unhappy with where you are or your life is, then change it. But I want you to know something: change doesn't happen when you wish for it. It happens when you decide to do something about it. What you have here is more than just words. It is a set of 9 principles that may serve as a guide for creating the life you want for yourself. Listening to these isn't enough. They are actions that can be taken. The power to put them into motion is with you. They are meant to lead, encourage, and test you. The responsibility for making them real lies with you. Watch this daily. Sit with it for a while. If you don't seize control of your life and make it your own, someone else will soak these words in, let them simmer in your mind, and most importantly, act on them. Don't let this be something that makes you feel good for a few minutes and then fades into the background. Instead, let it be the spark, the catalyst that ignites the fire inside you to change your life. Your behavior will be dictated by another individual. Yes, you will be left wondering why things aren't going according to plan when someone else controls your fate. But there is good news. You are free to do something about it. Life doesn't have to pass you by. You can choose how you respond to it by pulling the reins. What matters most is that you ask yourself, will today be the day everything changes? Because the decisions you make now will determine your future. Is today going to be the day you finally do something instead of procrastinating? My buddy, the decision to take charge of your life and make the decisions that will propel you forward rests solely with you. The option is yours to make now. It's in your hands. You have the power to decide what your life looks like. You have the power to decide who you become. But that power doesn't come from wishing. It comes from action. It comes from making the decision to stop waiting and start doing it. It comes from putting in the work, from showing up every single day. Even when it's hard, it comes from choosing to step out of your comfort zone and into the life you've always dreamed of. I know it's not going to be easy. I know there will be days when you feel like giving up, days when it seems like the world is against you, days when you wonder if all the effort is worth it. But let me tell you something. Every single one of those days is a test. Every single one of those days is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you're capable of more. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of doubt is a chance to rise above it. And when you push through those moments, when you choose to keep going, you become stronger. You become more resilient. You become the person who refuses to let life beat them down. And that's the person who gets to claim their success. That's the person who gets to live the life they deserve. But none of that happens if you don't take action. None of that happens if you don't make the decision to change. So right now, in this moment, I need you to decide that you're done being stuck. Decide that you're done playing small. Decide that today is the day everything changes. Because if you don't make that decision, if you don't take control of your lives, then someone else will decide for you, and trust me. When that happens, it's never in your favor. You've been given the principles. You've been given the tools. Now it's up to you to take them and make them work for you. Don't just sit back and wait for things to magically fall into place. Take control, take action. You have the power to change your life, and you have the time to do it. Every day is a new opportunity. Every moment is a chance to move forward. The only question is, are you going to take it? So are you going to do nothing and let life go by? Or are you going to take charge? The decision is yours. The power is with you. Seize it and use it to make today the day when everything changes.